Hey, good evening, and thanks for joining us on 802 Scoop for a special edition. We don't usually go live on a Friday night, but tonight we have a special guest in the studio, and we're going to do a little segment that I am calling, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn, because really we don't. Cheers to that. There's a lot to be said, a lot going on, and I think not just in Burlington's community, but here as well. And I think that a lot of people could learn a lot of things by just, checking it out and tuning in. And we of course welcome your comments. We hope that you comment and you participate live and ask questions, and we'll answer as many as we can. But without further ado, let me introduce Justin Conkling.
Yes.
And you've come down from Burlington to visit with us tonight.
I have. Mm-hmm.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So, why don't you introduce us first to
Yeah.
Who is Justin?
Who is Justin? I'm a transplant. I came here from Oklahoma, but I'm originally from Alaska, born and raised. So I'm used to the cold. I came with my husband. I am gay, and my husband works for UVM, and I work with autistic adults. And we have been having some problems with our apartment, but before I get to those, I want to say all the good things that I've experienced, just a few things. The people in general have been lovely to us. Delicious food, the ambiance, the nature, the cute bike rides, everything is often picturesque. And we have made the right choice in that regard. After 3 years of scoping this place out, I was in home repair and maintenance, and previously to that as a classical musician and teacher and church musician. Raised a Pentecostal, evangelical, Zionist, far-right person in Alaska with my parents, my dad's a preacher. I kind of lost my way when I was in my 20s. I got into drugs and alcohol, was a big-time drinker and drugger, and got my way out by going to a camp called Teen Challenge.
Which we have here as well.
Which you have here, I've heard. I have to make a visit because I may be a liberal, but I still have a warm heart for all the experiences I had with these people. They gave me a place to go. They gave me, discipline, security, 3 hots in a cot, and a message of hope and love that I use to this day to get by. And so I can't say all my experiences on either side have been good or bad. I always have something nice to say. I always have very distinct critiques. I'm kind of the black sheep. And so if you're looking for some kind of saint, some kind of holy person that's going to lead you into salvation, I'm not that person, but I'm also not derelict. I do not have a criminal record. I do not rape. I do not kill. I do not steal. I do not molest. I try to monitor what I do. I'm discreet and I'm a party guy. I love being gay and I love dudes. And I am pro-cannabis and I'm glad to be here in Vermont. I love this place. But we have to talk about in a bit what's happening at the apartment complex.
Yes, for sure. I mean, when I first noticed that you had made a couple of comments on some posts that I had shared, and most of them, most of them, yes, were surrounding housing and the homeless population and the mayor and shop owners and business people in Burlington that were just they're fed up. They just don't know what to do anymore. And you had made a few comments and so I reached out to you and said, "Hey, do you want to talk about this?"
Yes,
because it's important. And truthfully, I'm scared to death that we're next. That Barry's going to be next. That we're kind of in the same sort of line, and it's frightening to me. I don't want to be in your shoes, but I feel like I'm really close to being there.
I understand your fear, and I normally don't engage in these conversations. I am a Buddhist. I am nonviolent. Until 2 weeks ago, I had never had a physical encounter with anybody my entire life. I've never owned a gun. I have never had anybody until moving to South Burlington and having this experience at my apartment that is made for UVMMC, managed by Redstone Property Management until I was outside with these repeat offenders that are being trafficked in and out of this place. Until then, I had never been accosted. I had never felt this fear because I always found the way out of it was nonviolence. And I still believe in nonviolence. I am not promoting violence in any way, form, or fashion, ever. We can find solutions, but the solution is not being made. We can have this open heart and we're welcoming people into the place, but we have to have a plan at the same time because we're adults and adults do multiple things at the same time of making money to help support these endeavors. Because if not, that's kind of like a bird with two wings, wisdom and compassion, but it's broken because you just decided, oh, I'm just going to be a bleeding heart. They say the bleeding heart liberal. That's what they call us. That's what they call us.
But
liberals.
you're not. You're far from a bleeding heart.
You know, I am in a way because I've had so much patience with this, but now I'm seeing that it is accumulated to a point and people are so crippled overall that there has to be a plan. We have to come together. We have to talk about this. We have to start making a social contract with one another, and we have crossed some boundaries. It seems as though the criminals have more rights than the people who follow the law. That is not okay for liberals and conservatives. I don't care who you are. I know the conservative people. I talk to them. You know, they stomach me. I stomach them sometimes. But a lot of times it's a lot of love. Because we want a good society. We want a cuter place to live. We don't want our children getting hurt. We don't want people getting attacked. We want our women to be treated with respect. We don't want trash on the ground. We want garbage cans, places, and disposal of waste. We don't want to have to worry about going to the lake where there's pollution in the water. Can somebody please make a solution? And yes, we can, because I'm already doing it. And I've only been here 11 months, okay? Because I came here because of Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders came to Oklahoma. We had a rally in our biggest stadium. Everybody was there, conservatives, Democrats, people, independents. We all loved Bernie. Bernie was talking about Vermont, and we're like, we like, good job, Vermont, for getting Bernie Sanders, good for you. Oh, even better, good for you for having a Republican governor. We really liked that about you guys. So much so that we came here to visit 3 years ago, and we've come back every year, and we really worked hard. We worked so hard to get my husband a job at the hospital. We really did. Paid a lot of money because we were like, yes, these people are going to go somewhere. They're going to do something, okay? But then we get here, we're experiencing this, and there's some major holes. These major holes have to be dealt with real soon in a hurry because we have something to offer you back from Oklahoma. We need the stuff that you have, and you need the stuff that we have. Over there in Republicanville, all the evil Republican Oklahoma, you know, it's sharp. We get stuff done. We're fast, we build, we have great houses for a good cost, and it's a much better product. We know how to move products, we know how to hire people, we pay them well, and they're not treated like trash. But we have really bad reputation because all they talk about is Bibles in the schools.
Right.
They don't see all the good stuff the Republicans are doing there. They just assume everybody's stupid. Just like people have really negative opinions about Vermont. I would not have moved here if there was not success here. If I had not seen quality people, I didn't see your political sign above your head. I saw what you're doing and who you chose as your leader, and I like you. And you're doing a good job. Vermonters do not want to be told what they're doing poorly, okay? That is one thing you guys cannot handle here. Is ever being criticized.
You learned that quickly?
Oh my God, it is a delicate, delicate, delicate. I love you all. Breathe, you're
but
good
holy
enough.
Shit, huh?
But holy shit, okay, you're good enough. I'm sorry it was traumatic maybe when daddy and mommy, I don't know if the puritanical roots, the whole New England thing, maybe I'm a wild Westerner, I don't know. But don't be so offended when I criticize things because I love you and we're got to move to the next level. And you're going to have to, as an adult, hear things you don't want to hear. But you can do that because you're a big girl and you're a big boy now. Things may have gone shitty for you early in life, but guess what? Things can change. I know that because I was a mess up. I was a 30 can of beer and liquor and lines of Coke to go to the bar person, a skeleton, a nobody, threw it all away with 3 degrees. I was a almost straight A student. I was an AP student. Je parle français, j'adore Montréal, tous les Québécois, salut. And I love life. I've traveled across the world. I've done a lot of wonderful classical music. I have my enemies. I have my mess ups. I've done all the things possible that can really mess up. So as we talk about UVMC, know that I'm not coming from a place where I think I'm some kind of perfect bitch. I know who I am. But we're going to have grace. We're going to forgive. But we're going to have to make it work.
But forgiving and have grace doesn't mean you have to continue to have tolerance of the shit.
That's correct. You got to make a plan. So what's the plan? We got to talk about what happened first, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a person in the apartment. They are an employee of UVMMC. They're a bit of a drinker, drugger, and they have a son that is a felon that is alleged to be on, this is very much almost certain, the sexual offenders list. That is not supposed to be there because he's not on the lease, and that is the regulation for the apartment. His friends come to the apartment. These people are on the street, Dorset Street. They're the ones panhandling with their shirts off, looking wasted. They're coming into our apartment that is supposed to be for UVMMC employees, which I assumed and my husband did would be other true employees like doctors, nurses, people who have respect for their space. I don't know what these people are doing. I hope they have some decency in their life. I don't know what it looks like inside their apartment. But they are coming in. We see them all the time. We find that they are trespassed.
Sneaking them in.
Yes, sneaking them. She lets it. She's the main culprit, and then the son gets in there, and he lets all the others in. They're sneaking into the apartments that are unlocked, that are uninhabited, that are left open by Redstone Property Management in there, and they were sleeping in empty apartments, and then or in her apartment. That is what was happening. This sexual predator alleged son, that's a felon, has walked into the apartments of single females, employees of the university. Still shows up. He sneaks in, hoodie on, bundled up, like a snake. They just put a child care center in the apartment complex for UVMMC. He's still sneaking in. So one of his friends that was coming in, I was outside on the apartment patio by myself, very empty patio. And some construction team was working the road because we have a lot of construction going on over there. He had seen me coming down as he was going up to the 4th floor where I live. And he knew I saw him, this friend of the son. And then as I'm sitting down on that patio, here he comes, and he comes right into my space. And he starts talking like I want to kill that Greek bitch and her son. I want to kill all the N-words. And not all N-words are black. This is what this man, who I do not know, who was invited by this lady and her son into my space at the UVMMC apartment, said to me as I was sitting there, and I pushed play on record on my phone, and I tried to tip my phone up like this so I could get his, what was happening next, because I didn't know. I'm kind of cornered, okay?
Right.
I'm in the last corner over here. Then he says, "Are you recording me? Are you recording me?" And he's like, "Don't you be doing that." And he's coming for me like, put the phone down, and he starts hitting me with his skateboard on my wrist. And I had a messed up wrist. I had bruises down my arms. Knocks my phone out of my hand, and then I went in. I gotta put this guy down. So I kicked his ass, honestly. And I stopped, though I did not do past what would be appropriate for getting him away. My size guy and enough anger, I could have done much more damage. I'm proud of myself for not doing that, because I never wanted to hit anybody, and I'm 46. I never wanted to hit anybody, and it happened. It happened because they put me in that situation by putting that man on that floor with that mother that kept over and over and over bringing him up there. It is her fault. Then it is the son's fault, and then it is my attacker's fault. All three of them together. And they are complicit with Redstone and the South Burlington police. And then let's dig in there. Let's dig in there.
Right, they're not supported.
They're not supported. The police aren't supported. They come and they have to arrest people over and over. I'm talking to these nice officers. They have me on their body camera and I'm like, sir, we are being backed into corners here. I am a non-violent Buddhist gay person here with a PhD husband. I am a master's level classical musician professional, and I am being attacked on my porch from people that are in this apartment complex right now. You can do nothing, it seems, that don't belong here, who have been trespassed, but they're not trespassed. And then this woman finds loophole after loophole after loophole, and these criminals find loophole after loophole, and the cops are just standing there. They're such nice gentlemen and ladies. Very professional and polite to me every time. I've been to the state troopers. I've been to the South Burlington. I've talked to the lieutenant. Very polite, intelligent people. They do not have the power that they need to solve these problems because something is happening in your law that is allowing people to take abuse on compassion. They are abusing compassion, and they are putting people in danger. And it's like, oh, is it because you're a white man, you're speaking? I have been dealing with plenty of ridiculous people my entire life. I'm a burnt bitch, and I'm a survivor. I'm resilient, and I have the track record to prove it. And I protect people. People may not like me because I'm gay and judge me because I'm gay and I'm with my husband and I want all these rights and stuff like that. But let you know, I'm fighting for your town more than some of you. I have more balls than most people do. They don't want to sit around and throw some money somewhere.
Right. Throw
money something.
Give them some more housing.
See, well, I'm a good person. I'm a good person. I didn't do anything. I gave money. I've supported it. Well, sweetheart, darling pumpkin, that's not how this works. You have to keep doing something. You have to keep moving forward. Well, you're telling me you're no good. You're not a Vermonter. You're not a 7th generation Vermonter. You don't know what's best for Vermont. You know how many times I've heard that?
I'm sure plenty.
We are coming here because there is a shortage of people that even want to come. They don't want to come. They had to pay. They courted us like they were dating us, and making it look sparkly and good.
Right. They headhunters. You were headhunted.
Yeah.
By the university, which happens all the time here.
And gay people leaving Oklahoma because we're seeing Nazi flags, and the Republicans have gone crazy. They need to pull their head out of their ass, because I'm tired of people, all the Republicans are all like this. No, they're not. The Republicans are not all like that. They're not all crazy, and you have to edit them. It's like I remember, Uncle Bob over there. I was like, oh, shut the fuck up, Uncle Bob. He's just rambling again. Nobody listens to Uncle Bob, but Uncle Bob got a phone. And then it was on fire from there. Everybody thinks Uncle Bob is like a genius now, and listen to all his ranting and raving. But Sally, Aunt Sally, imaginary Aunt Sally, she's a little bit more sensible. We should probably listen to Aunt Sally this time. So y'all figure it out. It's a bunch of country people, arguing amongst one another, and nothing's getting done. And you need sometimes a stupid bitch like me coming from Oklahoma and taking the worm, I guess, and feeling like people are going to be good to us, and then it turning south. Because I've written letter after letter after letter after letter, and all I'm getting is a bunch of nothing. All they do is pass the buck over and over. Oh, it goes to the city, goes to the police, goes to church. I know it's him over there. Look over there. It's not me. Don't blame me. Everyone's so freaking concerned about being blamed. They get nothing done. It's like a witch trial, like Salem witch trial, like, I don't know, karma around here, because everyone's just paranoid about being labeled as a bad boy. Why don't you just accept that you're bad?
Well, and I think
move on.
And that's exactly where we're at. So we've gotten to a point where people, we have been, a lot of people feel as though if you say anything, that you're viewed as this horrible person that doesn't have compassion. You have no heart. You're just this horrible, rotten person and then I think, and it stifles people. People they don't want to be known as that.
Well, we got to edit ourselves. You just can't.
I'm the total opposite. I will say it. And if that's what you feel about me, that's your tough shit problem, because I know who I am and I know what my beliefs are.
Sure. Okay. Well, let's unpack that a little bit. I mean, I want to look for some data. I want to ask some questions, and I want to make sure that I'm just not rambling on a bunch of nonsense and sounding like a fool just because I think I know what I'm talking about. Trust me, I'm a man. I don't escape that because I'm gay. I'm going to say some stupid shit sometime, and it's
We all
going to
do.
just be wrong. And I'm going to have to accept that, oops, I was dumb that time. Super wrong. Got to check it before I wreck it. So I want to, yes, I can say anything I want to, and I can have any opinion I want to, but I want to check into it and ask some questions, so people don't, assume the truth, which is I would be stupid. Yeah. So on any subject, like this one, I'm giving data. I'm telling you, these people have these records. They are in the apartment. They are doing this.
And you continue to experience these things over and over
again.
Just today.
Just today, the sun shows back up. The guy who attacked me showed up 3 days ago. She snuck him in right down the hall. Just right down the hall. They do it in front of my face. And as we're talking, some girls on my floor today, an incident occurred, and you see the mom, and she's just gloating. They gloat because they know they have learned to manipulate the police and situations money. And here's the big kicker. You want to know the money? We haven't talked about the money yet.
Talk about the money.
Guess how much I pay for, we haven't even discussed the quality of this building yet.
Right.
For a 2-bedroom apartment. Right there, that new box building by Healthy Living that entered the wetlands.
The brand new one.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's supposed to be beautiful. Yeah. $2,700 is what we pay for that, and that has our electric and our internet, and
no heat, none of that.
We have air conditioner in one bedroom, not the other. Air conditioner in the living room. Some people have air conditioners that face the other side of the hallway. It is the cheapest product. I was in house renovation, and I worked with it with my father. These people have been ripped off. UVMC has been ripped off. Somebody who's buying the product went super cheap and just lined their pockets, and I don't know. I don't even want to know the receipts. None of my business. I shouldn't even mention it, but it's a lot of fun to talk about because it is terrible what they have done. The sinks don't even drain. The sinks are so much like this, the water stays on this side, and so you're like shaving yourself, enjoy your hair. You're like, anyway, cleaning up like this. Just the lack of detail, just the trash. Whoever did it should be fired.
And now damage. You cracked in the walls. You've got mold,
the foundation has moved. There are giant cracks. The windows don't open and close. The doors don't open and close. We're constantly doing that. Plumbing, carpet. They carpeted the hallways. They carpet the hallways of a medical building so people coming in with doctor feet, nurse feet, pathogens coming from the hospital. This is all tracked on dog hair, cat hair, urine from the animals. Another incident where a lady's dog was peeing all over the carpet. Oil stains, bike stains. I took my vacuum and cleaned the hallway and broke my vacuum. I shit you not. Cross my heart, hope to die. I did it.
Just trying to clean it up.
Just trying to clean up the hallway. The carpet.
Which is supposed to be included in your rent, that they keep that.
They keep it clean. And then you complain to Redstone, and they say, oh, there's a cleaning company. It's their fault. They always pass the buck. If there's anything about this conversation you need to remember, they always pass the buck. They always pass the buck. It's clear as day, okay? Things break. Oh, they come and fix those things, They make sure they stay on top of it. And they always redirect everything. So he keeps coming in. I'm on the phone with UVMC. I'm on the phone with Redstone. I'm on the phone with the police, and they just keep messing up. Now I'm to the point of gathering testimonies from all the people that live there, and you wouldn't believe the amount of people. They have gone now to the union. The union's working with it. They're on it. It is juicy because they must own just tons of properties. They're raking in money on us. This apartment in Oklahoma would be maybe $1,200, tops $1,500, maybe. So they're ripping me off. So we were trying to escape Nazis in Oklahoma after being successful, zero criminal, bringing taxes. We are workers, okay? They lure us here. Thank you so much. We're supposed to be grateful. We are grateful. Thank you so much for everything. We are not ungrateful. Let's be clear about this. We are not ungrateful. But it's not what you were selling. You want great work for my husband, who is an excellent man. He is an excellent person, great person. I love him. He's a wonderful person. And we're in this situation with filth. and with being attacked and with criminals affecting the lives of our female friends on the floor. No. And you dare put a daycare in the apartment and you haven't moved them out?
Yeah. And you know that they're being snuck in. You know
Yes.
they're sleeping in the hallways, empty apartments. You
Yes.
know.
And they know, they've been told by multiple people, and they do nothing. I asked them for half of my money back to make it closer to the price of what that thing is worth, because you know it's on a sliding scale. Here's another kicker.
Right.
They're paying like $800. I'm paying $2,700.
Right.
I work more, they tax me more.
Yeah.
Between my husband and I, our student loans are $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
We work for nothing and we get paid well. It's like, you're getting paid well, you should be grateful, you're better off than over there. And I hear the surplus of the hospitals. I hear the surplus, all these billionaires. I hate the billionaires just as much as I do these criminals down the hall, because they're both connected. They're both the same mind. They take all the time. They're both white-collar criminal or just a street criminal. They're both criminals. And the majority of us in the center are paying for these motherfuckers to live. And we got to stop this fucking mess. Seriously, we got to do something about it. They are infiltrating. Our police are treated like shit. Our businesses in Burlington, it is abysmal. They're failing. I go in and talk to them all.
They're awful.
Failing. They're failing. The road construction has taken so long, on top of all the criminals, that nobody wants to go down there. What are you doing? You think it's just going to change because you're going to give money to it?
Yeah. So here, when there was an outcry from the business owners, the local business owners, so people that were business owner, because I have a business down here, we were kind of shit on for, well, it's always about the business owners. This is about more than just business. And it's all, why did they come first? First of all, you need to have business. You need to have commerce.
Yes.
You need to have all of that. You're not going to have a community, right? If they
Correct.
close down, what are we going to do? No jobs, no this, no that. We're already in a shit situation. So why wouldn't we want them to say, we feel safe to be here. We feel safe to have our store open. We know that when our customers come to the city that they're going to be comfortable coming here and they're not going to be getting robbed out back or any of that stuff. Immediately the attack and the funny part is that the person that was immediately attacking about that is the mother to the mayor in Burlington. That was her, her view on it. And so it's almost like clear to see, and that's why I say I worry about, you're only 32 miles away.
Right.
And the similarities of some of what you're dealing with, because we deal with the same thing here. We have the Barry Manor. It was designed, it was built for, I think 65 and older. It place to retire, basically. Sell your home and retire.
Okay.
It's full. It's full of everything that you're saying you deal with.
That's what's
in
all
your
in
building.
that space.
Yeah. And
Because
then you have people that are scared to death to come out of their apartment because they've sold their bigger home so that we can accommodate family, right?
Yes.
Because that's what we always say we want.
Right.
And they've downsized to this apartment where they're supposed to be safe and there's an elevator and there's this and there's that for them. And they're not. They don't dare to get in the elevator.
Yeah.
They don't dare to leave their apartment. They're scared shitless.
That's what's happening. They are scared. They absolutely are scared. So we have to get directly to an edited problem, and we have to find the edited solution. Okay, so we have plenty of shows on TV that are talking about these problems all the time. So the solution is already been given before in our history. It existed mostly in what we call a town, or sometimes a monastery. These kind of, it's called a penitentiary. What the jails used to be called is to be penitent, and where you go and you have a living space. And even in a monastery, the room is called a cell. The monks go to their cell. and they come out and they have reliable food every day, and they have common goals, and they have a work in the afternoon. And they, through that work, have a stability of life, and they have work that they can do that's manageable, and they live a good life in community. That has left our society. And what I've listened to the Republicans say through a very big filter, because I get very frustrated by all the nonsense. No, no offense. They want a return of community. They don't know how to do it. They're staying on their phones too much. They don't know how to have interpersonal connection. They hear my voice and they just hear an angry Southern man. There's a lot of emotional and mental disturbance that has to be dealt with, okay? We have to become mentally well. We have to learn to work with others. We have to be in extended communities with a purpose. It is not putting another Best Buy. It is not putting another McDonald's. It is actually learning to make fabric and then taking the fabric and making clothes. And then our people like to wear those clothes, and then we sell those clothes further. Then we make products like are already being done. We want to praise Vermonters, because if we don't praise Vermonters enough, the teddy bears, genius. The maple syrup, genius, okay? Your little donuts and candies, good for you. Making flannel now. Yes. We're going to do a Shelburne Farm idea. We're going to get all these other communities, and we're going to start hubbing the communities together. I have all this in a plan. I'm needing to talk to Bernie. I need to talk to the people who are doing stuff, because we got to get my mind and other minds that are like mine in the movement, okay? So we can edit and organize and make these ideas happen. This willy-nilly letting things happen in our hopes and dreams and farts in the wind can no longer happen. There has to be an answer to these things, because we got to get our people working. They got to do something. And then when we have product that we're making and that we're not bringing in stores from other places and giving our money and our power away to other people, I agree with the Republicans on that stint. That's probably why I'm more independent. I want America to make amazing stuff and be amazing and be beautiful, to have a wonderful infrastructure, that we don't have to worry about our water being polluted and then have beautiful trees but can't even drink the water. Beautiful trees everywhere, but you can't drink the water. That is a hell, not a heaven. When you have to worry about your food ending because you have been lazy and nothing has been grown, you can't blame anybody but yourself. Now, if I, as a liberal, gay, or call you faggot, whatever name you need to call me, to get over that and see that we have to do something. But I can have everybody worrying about, oh, the trans people, oh, look at this little thing. No, we have bigger fish to fry here. We are at risk of violent streets even more than they are today. You will deal with this like I am dealing with. They will come into your space eventually.
Well, they are.
They are coming into your space.
Disrespectful.
And they are. They're disrespectful, and they do not follow. Criminals do not follow the law. That's what makes them a criminal. Not everybody who is homeless is a criminal.
Exactly.
But many people who are criminals are homeless, and they are homeless for a reason, because they have made that life for themselves by their choices and their karma. I knew when I was drinking and drugging and being a fool and being disrespectful to people that I did not deserve to be there around people. They did not want me around, and I was not allowed around. When I took a hold of myself and I said, I take accountability for this, I take responsibility for this, I am going to rehab, I don't care where I go, I'll go and hang out with those conservative Christians in their camp, their Teen Challenge camp. I'll do it to be able to become the person I know I can be. And I'm going to stop blaming these dinosaurs on the ark people who I disagree with. That stupid Carol. Why are you telling people that? You don't have to tell people that, Jim. I love you, though. You do great work with construction. So we have to just get over it. If I can do it, if I can go through all their abuse and their nonsense, and I can get along with these straight conservative people, you can too. And we're going to work out this whole trying to educate people more about gender and all this nonsense. But to not sidetrack the situation with the
We
UVM
have
situation.
somebody that's chiming in. So Kathy Chartier says, it is obvious that you are passionate about making change. Have you had a chance to go up the chain at UVM to report this terrible situation? And furthermore, the carpet situation is nasty. Do you have security at the apartment? And those empty apartments need to be locked.
Yes. So let's go with the security first. No, there is no security, except for a security guard that drives and patrols all the empty buildings that are being built next to the building that is inhabited. So they'll shine their light on the empty buildings to make sure that nobody's in the empty one, but when the criminals are being told that they're in the building, they do nothing. There's no one that comes. And then the second question, part of the question was?
Let's see. Have you gone up the chain at UVM?
Up the chain at UVM, yes, all the way to the top, multiple times. I talked with her today.
And the union is trying to help.
And the union, I have 2 people from the union, and multiple people writing on papers. But what I've uncovered is that there are numerous accounts. It is numerous. It's so overwhelming to the South Burlington Police Department and to Redstone. I am more their enemy than the criminal. Do you understand? They consider the fact that I'm speaking out against it to be more offensive to them than the actual people who are doing the things to us.
Absolutely.
That is happening to me. And I resonate now. And I always understood when I heard the Karens. I understand. We always got to reel it in sometimes. We got to put it in perspective because we can't let things fly away. And you got to educate yourself all the time. But in general, yes, crime has to be nipped in the bud. You do not let the wolf into the sheep, period. Especially when you put a daycare center in this place. No, not acceptable.
No.
Not acceptable. And the fact that they're not listening to me, it's like, are you doing this? And then when I found out the numbers, just how many, it's not acceptable they're not listening and they're not doing anything. It's just sad because when I listen to the nice lady, her name is Ashley, really like her from UVMC. Great lady, is compassionate and wise. She's trying, her hands are tied. I can tell, I've known thousands of people across the world. If I would have been a conservative, I would have been dealing with a lot of people in the evangelical church. I would hire Ashley like that. I'd pay her a lot of money. I like her. Just phone conversations with her. She's sharp. She's amazing. And the fact that she has to deal with this shit, I'm sorry, Ashley. If you can see me now, you don't really see my face because I'm just talking to you on the phone. You deserve a lot more. We all deserve more because we can do more. We can be better. It's going to require us to do stuff. We can't be fucking lazy. It's going to actually be work. Not talking about work, but actually doing work. And doing it for free. Sorry, boo-hoo. I'm doing all this for free. I do all kinds of things for free. It exhausts me. I'm tired. I'm just tired. But it has to get done because no one's doing it. It's pathetic. It needs to stop. I'm tired of all the whining about Trump. I don't like him either, but I still find things I respect about him. I'm going to tell you right now. As a liberal, I swear, you can look at my track record. I am a flaming liberal. I'm going to tell you some things I like about Trump. His fat ass does not stop. So if his fat painted ass, with all his ridiculous marriages and his stupid kids and all of his felonies and all his everything that I loathe to death, it almost made me gain 100 pounds back in the first presidency. I hate this guy. But he does not stop. And if he can do it, you can do it. And it ain't because he's eating well, because we know all he does is eat crap and drink Diet Coke. So if he's doing it, sorry, zero excuse. I'm broken. I'm 46. I'm old. I'm here. I have nothing. I have like $125,000 in student loan debt. If you want to pay it off, please do. I'm over it. And we got to do something about it. But I am coming with a plan. I need to talk to Bernie. I'm tired of wasting time. We have to be entrepreneurs. We got to build community. We got to make the plan. We got to show the plan. It has to be great. Not all this shit that Trump talks where he's like, oh, blah, 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 all the time. He doesn't really have a plan. No, the real smart people, the real fat white guy with a smart person, they're coming out of the closet now. No, we have the plan. No, we are the plan. We were taught the plan long ago. We know how to do the thing.
Right, work.
We know how to work. We know how to obey the law. We know how to get educated. We know how to help the community. We know how to respect authority. We know how to grow things. We know how to build things. We know how to educate the trades. We know how to get the working class people on board. We want to give people mental health care. We want to give them health care. This is the real sleeping giant that's about to happen.
And when we're talking about that, we want to give all of these things. The argument, and you and I talked about this before we went live. There are many who believe we can make a lot of this go away if you give them medical care, you give them housing, you give them food, you know, that will make all of this go away. And my reply to that is, we've been giving all of that for 4 fucking years, and look where we are, because we built it and they came, and now we can't get out of the situation because, like you said, just kept throwing money at it. And people from all over were coming for that money. And they become very accustomed to the benefits and just not doing a damn thing. They don't. They want you to pay their bill. They want you to work all those hours at UVM, and they want you to pay the $2,700 a month so that they only have to pay $8. They want that of you, and so and that's where a lot of the frustration comes in, where people are pissed off that they feel like they're turning themselves inside out, literally, to make a go of it, while looking down the hallway with an apartment that is destroyed. There's dog piss running out the door into the hallway, and they're not doing their part at all.
And just leeching off the system. Okay, so as adults, multiple things can be true. As children, we want to think things are one way, and it's always our view, our current view. And so we step out and we look at things, okay? We know we have a society that people are in need of having things, or they need food, housing, healthcare, and stuff like that, and we have to help one another. We agree. At the same time, as adults, we have to say that there are people at the same time who are going to be doing exactly what you said. But see, what has happened is both things are true.
Right, there's a limit.
We have to have discernment. You have to know through wisdom and compassion, and you have to trust leadership to know when something has to be that side, okay? And you have to trust your leadership, and you have to make the right choice, and right now, that is not happening, okay? It has turned heavy, the pendulum, one way, okay? There are people who are taking advantage of the system more, and the people who really need to benefit from the system are not, okay? So the solution is entrepreneurship of materials that are simple, and making more businesses and communities that are choice communities where people are vetted and they come together by their like interests and desires. Villages, communities like this, to build and make a place for the people that we really care for, okay? The leechy, the criminal aspect that we're talking about, which is existing at the same time, remember. Both things are true. They have to be dealt with. And that portion is what the Republicans and the conservatives are saying is not being dealt with, folks. This criminal aspect, not all the good ones, do you hear? It's not them. There is a lot good being done. Do not stop doing good when you can. But we have to manage this criminal part. Then we have to have entrepreneurship at the same time, bringing more money into the system to eliminate these things from their root, okay?
And the Republicans' fight to do that is right where we started.
They're pressing in a very, very aggressive way. I was raised in that cult. I was raised being taught the plan. My roommate was dating Oral Roberts' son. I understand the plan. I know the stages of genocide as learned in AP government and AP history. And what is happening nationally, locally, globally is a very, very serious situation. We are in a very serious time, and we do not have time not to be organized, making plans, and having disruptions. We have to have our police force under leadership that is going to be able to not be super violent to our people. Do you understand? We do not want to unleash unwarranted violence and
Right,
extremism.
Exactly, of course.
But we want our police to be able to manage the people that are very difficult to manage, that want to cause
And we want
you
to
harm.
back them up, and we don't
Back
want to
them up.
continually impede what they're trying to do.
But then we want-
Day after day after day, they make arrest after arrest
Yes.
after arrest, and nothing happens.
Nothing.
They go there, 20 minutes later, that person is released on a citation,
Yes.
a flash cite. And so here this officer has busted his butt to make this happen. Right down a drug bust, the whole nine. They're putting the work in only to be spit at, pretty much.
Right.
And
Because-
not by the criminal. Well, yes, by the criminal too, but by the administration that doesn't want to support them.
Because some bad
In
apples.
Burlington, they wanted to defund them.
Some bad apples, some bad cops, some bad judges, some bad law tainted the whole shebang. It's how law works.
And
It
there's bad
ebbs,
in
it flows,
everything.
it ebbs,
You're
it flows.
still going to find. I mean, you'll find there's bad in everything.
Exactly.
Every
you can't
situation.
throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's what my parents would say. You can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You have to hear that. That we do. I understand as a person who is a liberal. I like doing my own thing. I'm a wild gay boy. Okay? I want to do my own thing. But I still fall into line about discretion and place and time, even as a wild person considered to some. Okay? And I'm very conservative in respect to that. But criminals do not follow discretion. They do not follow rules. There has to be a difference. The rules have to be different sometimes for people who are causing violence repeatedly and who are testing the system. They are dangerous, and they cannot be let into where our children and our women are. That is what they're saying. But we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater in the other regards by our cops becoming creeps and violent and doing a lot of dark stuff and hitting people of color, coming after the gays, and that's when it goes south. Because I'm not going to sign up as well for people coming into gay spaces and bothering me, or people of color, or people from outside this country, because they think they have the right to do that. There is a balance both ways. There is wisdom both ways. We can't just be thinking it's all about us, and we want to have our way. And if you don't fit into my my line, oh, you're just the right amount of gay for me. You can stay, but all these other trans people can't stay. No, we're going to have to figure out a social order, have mutual respect. Don't steal, don't kill, don't lie, don't rape. These basic rules. They want to put the 10 Commandments. Edit the God stuff out. Just put the stuff about good behavior, and make it a social order. Don't do these things. And if you do that, you don't belong in society. That's what society is. You have to act right. Everybody who commits crimes knows that. Don't let the wolf in with the sheep, is what is happening at 112 Garden Street in South Burlington. It is happening over and over and over again. The women do not feel safe. I went to the gun store in Waterbury. I had the most amazing conversation. It was not what I was expecting. I have never owned a gun. I have never hit anybody until I defended myself from this guy 2 weeks ago. I do not want to own a gun. I talked to him about ways that we can do things to protect ourselves, to defend each other, to work together, to make this work. And he said, come to these classes we have offered. They're going to teach you how to defend yourself. They're going to teach you about pepper sprays, about tasers, batons, and then self-defense through martial arts. Awesome. Sad that I even have to do that because humans suck so bad. Then you can have the option of, being trained about how to use a weapon. Okay, not something I'm always interested in. I have more Buddhist books in my house. This is the first gun book. Okay, and I liked what he said because he's in Vermont, you have to be the first line of defense. You are the first responder. You can learn how to protect yourself appropriately. You can get whatever tool to best do that for you. Fantastic. We'll educate you for free. Thank you very much, sir. That's very kind of you. Very gracious of you to think so much of our society to do that. I want to show up and do that. Then he said he's going to invite his team to come to my apartment complex, if we desire, to go over self-defense. I think that's a great idea. And so I'm going to have to let UVMC know that things have gotten so kind of out of order that now your tenants have to get someone to come and teach a self-defense class. and that you've disabled your police force so much that the tenants, the women now, heaven forbid, that's so rude. Back in the day, we want to protect and love our women. We don't beat our women and put them in situations where they have to defend themselves. Shame on the men of this country. Lazy. Shouldn't even have to do that. But now they are. So for $2,700, there's so many other people say, oh, you could leave.
Your car got broken too.
Oh yeah, car got broken too. Yeah. I could be there at $2,700, good for me. Oh, you complain, and you know what they do? They send out an email, which may address the subject, but then they'll throw something in about you, and what they throw in about me? My cannabis use. I am one of the only people in the whole apartment complex. There are many smokers of cigarettes and marijuana in the apartment, many, okay? You can smell it. The whole apartment smells like smoke. I'm one of like 5 that goes like nearly 100 paces into the woods practically to go and use medical cannabis for my really aching body. I am so tired of being overworked. My body is just breaking. On the next vascular surgery, after knee surgery, after all kinds of, jaw surgery, all surgery. Tired. Just wanted to sit and smoke a joint where I'm supposed to smoke it instead of inside, respecting the rules. I'm a rule follower, and I went to the space provided for me like I always go to spaces that are provided for me as a gay man, even. I go where the gay people go. If I want to have my sexy time, I go where the gay sexy time goes. And go to my house, and I mind my own damn business. But they always want to throw that in. It's always interesting when I make a complaint to kind of intimidate me, to be ashamed of the fact that I was out using medical cannabis for my body. Don't use any other drug. Put me on the low end of the totem pole. I guess I'm not a PhD, well, I don't respect my husband. They don't really listen. They're not willing to do anything. We're like, well, we're going to get on, always revert, throwing blame, throw blame. It's not us. It's not us. Look over there. You didn't give us the name. You didn't give us the right name is what they told me. The guy that I didn't give the right name, so they didn't know to put a trespass. They didn't call. They didn't ask. Someone attacked on their property. Who's next? They'll come for me. No one will do nothing. Anything. They will do nothing. Okay? Then they're going to come to you. I won't be around anymore. Because I'm not going to stay. Get out of Vermont, they'd say. I can just hear them now. You don't like it here. You don't want to fix it here. No, I told you.
And that's untrue. You love it here.
I love it here. I worked 3 years. Fell in love with so many things about this place. The people, Bernie, the look, loved it, and wanted to do something great. Come with a business plan. Come as a degreed people, both of us. Oh, and my sister is here as a registered nurse, and her wife, who is also a physician's assistant. So we brought professionals here, trying to help you, because no one wants to come here.
And no one wants to work.
And no one wants to work.
Well, not no one, but we have a lot of people that work, and they work really, really hard, but they're working for other people at the moment. They're not working for their own life and their own passions and love and safety and comfort. They're literally at this point working so that somebody else can sit on their ass at home.
There you go.
And that's what's super frustrating.
Super frustrating. It's like it just drains you, wears you out. I'm so worried about my husband. He is just a lovely person, and he works so hard, and I got him here. I did a lot of grunt work. I had a bloody nose by the time I was here. My nose is bleeding. I was so tired. I had nobody. And just the promise of having a safe place to live, how dare they? And the fact that even asking for half, I wasn't even asking for all of my rent back. I was asking for half. And for them to lower the rent to what should be the rent for us. Crickets. No responsibility.
And like you say, move out, move where?
Yeah, move out.
Move where?
Move out, move where?
There isn't any place, and they knew that.
They knew that. So they entrap you to come, and then you're ungrateful, and you're a complainer. And then one of the maintenance men said that he was afraid of me. I may be a bitchy fag. I'm a bitchy queen. But I spit the truth, and people know that, and I come straight, and I come sharp. I know what I say. I know what I think. I edit it down.
I'm all those things too.
They can't handle it.
Yeah.
They can't handle it.
It's true. It's true.
They crumble. And it's like, no, how do you survive? This world is going to eat you up. I like the people with a little stank on them. A little filth, like you've lived a little. You suffer a little bit and you get over it. You get toughened up a bit. Because you got to be able to hear shit. Because some people, they literally can't hear it. Tune you out. They could be falling off a cliff and just can't hear it. I guess we let them. Or we try to do entrepreneurship. We try to build a system. We give a community and we edit, and we don't let just anybody in. It's got to be exclusive. Oh, I thought you were gay. You want to be inclusive. Listen, I know in my past when conservative people were including me and excluding me. It was very clear. And a lot of times when they were excluding me was for good reason. For one time, I got fired from a university I was working at. I was a shitty employee because I just couldn't do the work and not get too stressed. And if I would have been on the other side, I'd have been like, yeah, get rid of him. That's not right fit for him. Thank you. Hindsight's 20/20, And how many times do I not want them boring ass straight people there with me? Oh, fuck. I most of the time. And so I'll go find somewhere else where I want to go. I'm not going to make them deal with me, and I'm not going to put up in their face. I'm going to go with God, do you. That's fabulous. Just love and be all queer. But I'm just going to go over there and do my thing. And you just do your thing, and let's not cause problems and be good to one another. And if if I own an apartment and you live there, I will let you live there. You could have your fucking Trump flag. I'd let you. Do you. Just don't be dirty, and don't be loud, and don't be a criminal, and don't be causing problems and hitting people on the porch.
Don't be a pedophile.
Don't be a pedophile, please.
Yeah.
And will you please not hurt women? Will you not just be violent and weird? And you can have sex. You can have your straight sex. You can make babies all day long. I don't care, in your house, please. Because just like you don't want to see me, I don't want to see you. And we can pretend like we don't have penises and vaginas and that nobody has sex, and we can get all Puritans and shit like that. And because it's so boring. Vermont's so fucking boring with sexuality. Everyone's so horny, and they can't talk about it at all. They're so desperate, and they're like, oh, you're getting laid, I hate you. It's so much sexual frustration. It's ridiculous. But lighten up. If someone is having sex in the park, that's a problem. Doesn't matter who it is. And if it's not consensual, don't do it. I've had a lot of sex. You can have consensual sex and have a great time. You don't have to push it on somebody. There are plenty of people who have sex with you. Find an app. Jeez. It's not rocket science,
Right.
Golly. But there you go. Wrapped up in a bow. But there's always something to talk about. They got to get this shit under control. We got to be sharp, because if we don't, look what's happening in Washington. You look what Trump-a-dump and the rest of them are doing. They're getting their big old pants on, thinking they're all great. We know how they are. We know how men are. We know how Republican men are. It's exhausting. And they're going to be bravado, war, and control. Oh, and everyone's going to be afraid, and Handmaid's Tale. And let's get ahead of the game here by having a plan. And the plan is entrepreneurship, clean up the crime. We have to have some kind of tourism. No one's going to come here when they're afraid, and it looks ugly. If there's trash on the street, no one wants to come. It smells like pee. No one wants to come. If people are asking, oh, can I have a coin? Can I have a coin? Fucking go away. No, you can't. Go away. This is where people shop. We want them to come here. Sorry, we're snobs. Fuck off. And go over there. No, don't go to the park. Go further. Nobody wants to say the mean thing. They stink. They're dangerous. They're gross. They're mean. They're criminals. They know what they're doing. They're ruining the business. They've got to go. The police got to get them out. The police have to be given the authority by the mayor to do it. And this has got to happen real fast and in a hurry. And that's it.
Yeah. I mean, that's it in a nutshell. And that's it all over.
All over.
All over. No matter where you are, Burlington, Barrie, if, I told you we deal with similar incidences here, and we just happen to be dealing with it in subsidized housing that's local. And people that are on a wait list, and they've been on a wait list for a long time, and they should have the right to be in that house, but instead you have somebody that's trafficking drugs, but they don't get charged, and so they get to stay over and over and over, and
reward.
Meanwhile, people are waiting, that are sleeping in tents or in hotel rooms with their 2 kids, and they're trying to work and do all those things, and we
can't have that.
No, we can't have that. Those
We want the people
need to go.
We need the people being successful to rise. We need the business, the workers, the moms, those people who are good people who need true help. Give them the help. Do not give the help the people who are going to be sucking off the system. The time is up. The billionaires are not giving us money. If you don't want to go up to the billionaires and kick them off their throne, if you do not want the billionaires to be kicked off their throne, they voted Trump back, didn't they? Yeah. Which says they didn't want the billionaires kicked off their throne.
Right.
That's what America said. They want to go after the other side.
Right.
They're literally,
We're
chose
done.
that. They're done. Done. And I heard that. I was angry about it. I didn't like it.
But you understood.
But I understand. And I want it to be done in an appropriate manner. And why I'm pushing entrepreneurship, why I'm pushing making communities and jobs, is because I want to form a solution instead of the ultimate solution. I don't want to be a Nazi in regards to getting rid of people like a genocide. I want to make a system that is going to provide the money to pay for itself. Okay? And the people that want to be rewarded will be rewarded. And a system of life can be made. But we have to make it. We have to envision it. We have to organize it. We have to create it ourselves with visuals. We can't be lazy. The easy way is to line people up and blow them away and put them in a ditch. That's what the Nazis did. They're cowards. They didn't have a great plan. But sometimes they're a business, I don't want to be like that. I would rather make the solution better. We're not even making solutions. It is not a solution. It is a gaping wound bleeding out.
Right. You can line them up and make them all go to work.
You can line them up and make them go to work. Give them really good food and a place to live and therapy.
But work for it.
And you're going to come work. Guess what? Today, we're going to be doing this. Life ain't free. Yeah. No one's getting, you got to do something, Even when I was ill, and I was at home, my husband was working. I made sure I took care of the house. I took care of the bills. We built a business from the house. I worked from the home. There is always a way to keep moving forward. You got to get a hold of your mind. You can't believe that you're a loser. Any kind of thing that you've happened in your past, you have to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for your mistakes. Don't dwell on them. Don't stick into them. Love other people by working hard and not causing more problems. Okay? Speak up for situations like this. We need your help with UVMC situation, with this housing situation, with these criminals in this building. We need your help. Anybody who
And it's not just your building, and you know that. You know
Yes.
that this is happening
It's
all over
everywhere.
Burlington, all over Vermont. It's literally
Very
happening
serious.
everywhere.
And all over the country. And because we are not creating, we are not doing, we are not putting together, and that's the truth. Yes. What time is it here?
Kathy says healthcare is broken, unfortunately. Vermont is a handout state. That is why we have a lot of homeless. No plan in place to hold anyone accountable, and no such thing as giving back to the plan to pay it forward.
The end is what I'm saying. The end is the key, because we want to take care of people, but we don't have the resources to do it. And that's got to stop. We have to have the resources. So that's what I'm trying to bring, and why I need to talk to Bernie, is we have a plan to start entrepreneurship and to make things from more simple materials. Okay, entrepreneurship is not bringing big box companies anymore. Vermont doesn't want it. I asked the question to Vermonters. I go around and I actually ask questions to Vermonters. I want to know what you think. They don't want this place to become a capitalistic monster. Period. Everybody. They want resources to come. They do want some big box stores. But for the most part, they want it to be cutesy. They want to sell the kind of the vacation side of things, kind of the escape Green Mountain-esque, don't lose nature. Okay? That's what the rural... family, good vibes. We don't want a bunch of chaos and I would say the word quaint. That old Diane Keaton movie where she comes to Vermont, she makes applesauce with her baby. Remember that?
Yes.
Okay, I love that movie with Diane Keaton. And that's when I first learned about Vermont. doing that, but thinking more, what kind of businesses can we make? And the ones that have already done it across Vermont, let's do it more. Let's get it to our people, and let's get it out of Vermont so we can bring money in. We need to use the mail service and make our own Amazon. They didn't want Amazon. Good, because we need to make our own for our Vermont products to go to, and we disperse them and bring outside money. We have better shipping and receiving, okay, from our products to make money for our people, to provide for the needs of our people. And you should have this going right now. Just believe in yourself. Stop being in the rut of emotional disturbance. Get over it. Heal. It's time. Get on the horse. Wipe your tears. Time's up. You're a big girl. You're a big boy. You can do it again. You can do it 1,000 times. Put your money where your mouth is. Anyway.
So, for now,
yes, for now.
because we've burned through an hour, we'll go for now. But this won't be our last conversation.
Yes, I hope not.
And it just like that, a liberal and a Republican
There we
had
go.
a good conversation.
We did.
And we've been having conversations
Yes.
for a couple of days. I love a ton of what you have to say.
Same.
And it just, it is possible.
It is possible.
It is possible.
Yeah, we have enough in common. We have plenty to do. We got to just be creative again. We got to heal.
Meeting in the middle somewhere.
Meet in the middle. And it's more about education, y'all. Just relax. We need something to focus on, and the focus is going to be on entrepreneurship. We're going to start making things again so we can put our energy and our minds into something, because we got to stop thinking about all this other stuff. Stop thinking about trans vaginas and penises, please. Let's work on, pull it all down and come work on entrepreneurship, because we got to make some money. I think we can all agree on, we got to make some money or we're toast. Things are not working out.
Right. And we need accountability.
Accountability.
Responsibility, accountability.
Absolutely.
And so that we can get there.
Yeah, get rid of the greed, lower the greed, work together more, get out of your comfort zone, get out of your shell, get out of the house, meet somebody, get over yourself. Yeah.
Okay,
Love ya.
guys, thanks for joining in. And before I go, I just want to remind everybody, tomorrow is the fundraiser for the Nodes family, and that starts at 2. It goes all the way till 8:30. Is by donation. Bring your chair. No coolers. No pets. There's a beer garden. There is corn roast, pig roast, loaded tots, dunk booth, bouncy house, and then of course the live music, which is Donna Thunder, Jamie Lee Thurston, Dave Keller, Heartless. And the list goes on. I can't even remember them all. But by donation, and it will all be helping out the Node family. And that is all located right on the page. You can get the address, which I believe is 89 Lower Usley. But you can check that out. And please, we hope to see you there. Have a great night. Take care and enjoy the weekend.